Top of the hour, as far as the Operation Sindoor envoys are concerned, they are all set to return home. This is the all-party delegation which was sent to different parts of the world are going to return one by one. As the first delegation to return home will be the one that is being led by Baijan Panda, which lands in Delhi this morning as Panda's team that had visited countries like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait and Algeria as well. And this delegation headed by Sanjay Jha, which had visited Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan and South Korea and Singapore, will be reaching the national capital at around 9:30 p.m. tonight. Shrikant Shinde-led delegation, which carried India's message to countries like the UAE, Liberia, Sierra Leone and Congo, will be returning next morning. The remaining 4 delegations are also scheduled to return later on as far as in the week is concerned. Pragya and Sabyasachi both connected with us right now. Pragya, good morning. As far as when it comes to all of these delegations are concerned, we are told that there will be a debriefing that will also happen. Is it going to happen one-on-one per these delegations as they arrive, or when all of them will come back together?
Well, this also depends on when they are arriving. Like Group 1, which is set to arrive today at 8:45 a.m. They are going to meet External Affairs Minister for the debriefing on 3rd of June at South Block. So it also depends on how they are coming back, and this is exactly the reason why debriefing of 2 groups like Group 2 and Group 5 may not be possible due to their scheduling issues, what we have been told by the government sources. Apart from that, Group 6, Group 3, Group 4, they are going to meet External Affairs Minister on June 4th, and Group 7 on June 6th is what we have been told. And in fact, the debriefing is very important because government will also be taking feedback from these delegates as to what their experiences are, what is the feeling that they have got from the party that is in the government and also that is in the opposition. In fact, they have also met think tanks and many important leaders. What has been the feedback and whether this exercise has generated some curiosity, and also whether they will be standing with India as their support group when it comes to terror. So all those feedback will also be sought by External Affairs Minister Mr. Jaishankar. He also will be debriefing them, and after that they will be meeting in fact Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who also will discuss their visit with them in various countries.
All right. So meeting with the Prime Minister is also expected one by one. All of these delegations, these are 7 delegations led by multiple leaders, parliamentarians coming in from various walks of life and also political parties as well, but united as far as the message that goes across, which is one Bharat, one mission and one message. Let's in fact tell you about when it comes to these delegations that will be meeting the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. There is going to be an important debrief that will also be taking place. Let's take you as far as when it comes to these multiple groups are concerned one by one. As far as the first Baijan Panda led delegation now that is concerned, let's talk about as far as when it comes to the panel, what's going to happen right after they return home. Sources 2 times now telling that Baijan Panda led delegation that would be arriving today, that is the 3rd of June. Later on, this is the second group that is led by Ravi Shankar Prasad, the led delegation that will be returning as far as when it comes to the country very soon. What is being said, however, there is no meeting due to scheduling issues that would be taking place. Group number 3, Sanjay Kumar Jha, that was one of the first groups to take off as far as when it comes to the delegation is concerned, will be arriving home back on the 5th of June. Group number 4 is also arriving on the 5th of June, which is led by Shrikant Shinde, the led delegation that is all set to arrive on the 5th of June. Let's talk about the more important one, because here is the man who is now being complimented for his efforts and his statements, a Shashi Tharoor led delegation that would be also arriving back in the country. However, no meeting is scheduled because of the timing issues now being said. Group number 6, that is led by DMK MP Kanimodi, that delegation that will be arriving back home around the 5th of June. And on the 6th of June, next day, it is now said that Supriya Sule led delegation, let's put that out as far as the next delegation is concerned, is expected to return home on the 6th of June. So this is the Supriya Sule led delegation that would be arriving back home. This is through sources what we are learning. Now, in another round of breaking update, upon the return, it is now learned that all of these 7 party delegations that we are looking at will be meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. This is through sources that we are getting to know as far as this meeting may take place, as the members of the delegation will be briefing the Prime Minister as well. So it is important to note exactly what happens from here on, as they will be briefing the Prime Minister about the discussions that they held with the world leaders. Pragya, it is important to know that the world also understands as to why Operation Sindoor, this kind of briefing was necessary because we have seen countries changing their stand once they have learned exactly why India had to lead with Operation Sindoor.
Absolutely, and these delegations may have been criticized by opposition here in the country, but the impact that we had seen in other countries on their stand regarding India when it comes to terror and also regarding Pakistan, that has gone under a huge shift, I would say. And many of the delegates, in fact, we have spoken to, they are also saying they are seeing a vast change in the attitude of these countries as well. This is very serious and also very important diplomatic exercise that the India has undertaken, and very important as far as the narrative of global order is concerned. We need to also ensure that all countries know exactly what we have been doing and how we are countering terrorism, facing terrorism for many years now. And this is all sponsored by Pakistan, and not just a proxy war, but they are very much colluded with the military and the government of Pakistan. So the message that we needed to send out to these countries, these are important countries because they are also part of many international platforms where we can also corner Pakistan. So this exercise also holds significance in that context. And when it comes to siding with one country, it's also important that we need to tell the world our position and also the facts that are on the ground. So this is exactly why they will be coming back. When they're coming back, Prime Minister will also take a briefing from them.
Right.
And, the briefing will be very important. Prime Minister will also have a feedback from them, what the other governments felt and what they are doing, and whether there is a change
as well, learning exactly what India stands for and why was it necessary to carry out these retaliatory strikes on Pakistan, a rogue nation which has once again been exposed on global platforms when these countries have been learning the true intention and the mask that has now been blown off of that terror state. Let's in the meantime also speak of these delegations with the task that they had to take forward India's message on Operation Sindoor to the world and to expose Pakistan on a global stage. Every member of the 7 all-party delegations put India first on foreign soil, regardless of their political affiliation, region, or from what they came from as far as their ideological leanings are concerned. They were out with one message, and that message is that India wanted to convey to the world while they were speaking in one voice, highlighting the country's united stand against Pakistan-backed terror. Back home, however, unfortunately, there were some in the opposition who decided to put their political interests above national interests. In fact, they did not even shy from taking on their own party colleagues as well. They relentlessly questioned the government, asking questions about the number of jets that India lost, accusing the foreign minister or the external affairs minister of informing Pakistan before Operation Sindoor could actually be carried out, and also questioned when it comes to the certain interference by the United States of America, of course the statement that came in from President Donald Trump. Now to these people back home, Congress leader Salman Khurshid, who is part of the all-party panel led by Sanjay Kumar Jha, a former union minister as well, sent out a strong message. Now, is it to the adversaries or his colleagues from within his own party, where he has expressed his frustration on social media platform X? And this is what he wrote, and I'm quoting from that post. When on a mission against terrorism to carry out India's message to the world, it is distressing that people at home are calculating political allegiances. Is it so difficult to be patriotic? Asked Salman Khurshid. And his message is coming just days after his remarks on Article 370 deepened discomfort within the Congress party. Salman Khurshid, who had called Article 370 as a major problem and had hailed its abrogation, saying that the scrapping of the special status brought prosperity and development to Kashmir. But here is what Salman Khurshid then said in his latest post as far as coming out to saying and questioned those asking that why is patriotism being questioned in the first place.
People keep saying, what are you doing in a delegation where there are people from the BJP? What are you doing there? Now, what are we doing here? We are doing here is what is needed for the country. No matter which party you're from, today what is needed is a single voice to speak in favor of the nation. And that's what we are doing here. When I say, is it so difficult to be a patriot? That's a question that has to be asked of those who are putting out tweets and saying things that I believe are not very encouraging when you want to do something for the nation. Well,
Sabyasachi is with us right now. Sabyasachi, what happens with those leaders now they are coming back home? Because we have seen such kind of strong statements that actually go beyond their party lines that have been made both by Shashi Tharoor and also by Salman Khurshid.
Well, that's right. See, the Congress party on one hand says that they stand with the government as far as terrorism is concerned, but on the other hand, they continue to raise question on their own leaders. Now, as per the Congress party sources, the Congress party feels that these leaders who are part of the delegation, leaders like Salman Khurshid, Shashi Tharoor, Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari have become de facto spokesperson of the BJP. And that has not gone down well with the Congress party. In fact, in several occasions, the Congress party and their different leaders have come out in open and criticized why these leaders are speaking the language of BJP. Now, time and again, whether it is Shashi Tharoor, Salman Khurshid, all of them have stated that when it comes to national national interest, they stand united. They represent India despite of the political and ideological differences that they have with the ruling government.
Yes.
Now, the Congress party time and again have escalated its attack on the central government. They have questioned on the number of jets which has been downed by the Pakistan, and time and again this narrative has been picked up by Pakistan and its news channel. So clearly, on one hand, there has been a lot of contrasting views that are coming from within the Congress, and at the time when the delegation was leaving for the foreign countries, at that particular time, leaders like Tariq Anwar had questioned that what is the need of even sending leaders from the Congress party to be part of this delegation.
Yes.
So clearly, a lot of contrasting views coming in from within the Congress, and at that particular time,
from the Congress, as they continue to question, they have also been questioning as far as the forces and the government are concerned, saying that major details of Operation Sindoor are being withheld from the people as far as what exactly happened during the 4 days of conflict. Sabyasachi will come back to you. Let's